Good morning, everyone. Myself, Anju Chopra. Welcome in the computer class. Today we will study chapter 3, part 2. Part 1 already over. In this chapter, we have studied that what is internet, what is the use of internet, and what are the facilities of the email, how we can compose an email account also. All of you have studied all these things. In this part, we will study that how to compose and send email message. See this image, you can see that whatever things we can do with the help of the internet. Internet is very useful, very fast method of communication. So today only you have to focus about email. Email means electronic mail. How we can send the email? There are different parts of email already studied. That inbox is there where your all mails are lying there. Compose means how you can compose, how you will write your new message. Send means how you will send the mail. And reply is also there. Forward, we can do forward also. If we got one mail or we have written one mail, then how we will forward it to other persons, how we can delete the mails. These all things you have studied, I think, well in this chapter. Now we will study, there are some steps are there to compose and send an email. How we will compose means write, how we'll write our mail and how we will send the mail. So there are different steps are there. The step number 1 is, first of all, open the website of your email service provider. You are having the email service provider. Service provider means the company which is providing you the net. That is known as the email service provider. Like Vodafone is there, Airtel is there. So many companies are there. That Geo is also there. Those are providing us net. So with this help of this network, we can send the mail. Without it, we cannot send the mail. So our first step is to open the website of your email service provider. Open the website. Now step 2, click mail button. This is the sign of the mail button. You have to click this because you have to compose the mail. So first of all, you will click the mail button. The next step is enter your username and password. Students, when we make email account, we are having our username and we are putting the password also, so that others cannot open and read our mails or misuse our mails. So we will enter the user's name, means our username, means email ID you can say also, and the password. Then the next step is click sign in. After doing this, we will click sign in because we have to compose. Step 5, click the compose message. Look here, when you will start doing the mail, here look for, here with the plus sign, it is written compose. Compose means if we have to write the mail, if we have to compose the mail, first of all we will click on the compose button. After sign in, our first duty is to click on the compose button. And look here, there is inbox is there, stirred is there, snooze is there, send means we can send, draft, we can draft the mail, and there are many more options are also there. So step number 5 is to click on the compose button because we have to compose the message. Now the next one, step 6, enter the address of the receiver's email ID into field. Receiver's email ID. Students, receiver's email ID, we are sender. We are sending the mail, we are sender. And who is receiving? To whom we are sending? That person is called the receiver. We have to write the email ID of the receiver in this column. After 2, look here, 2 is there. After this 2, we will write the email ID of receiver. Then next one, Step 7, enter subject of the mail in the subject field. Look here, after this 2, below it, there is some one column is there. In this column, we will enter the subject. So what is the subject of our mail? Why we are writing our mail? Clear? Here the subject is written, they have written the date and they have written that there is a party. So this is the subject of this email, this is the subject and this is the receiver ID. Now step number 8 is type the content of your message. Here we will type our content. What we want to mail, we will type our content here. So after 2, we will write receiver's ID, receiver's email ID. Then this is the part of subject. Here we will write the subject, that what is there, any function is there, any party is there, any meeting is there, at what time meeting is there, whatever is our subject. Here we will write the content. This part is for content. Here all of you can see this part 1, 2 and 3. First is to write the email ID of the receiver, then subject, and here is the content. So this is up to step number 8. We will come to now step number 9. Step number 9 is click the send button. After writing our mail, we have to send our mail. Look here, there is a send button. We will click here. So our mail will be sent and it will be reached to the receiver within few seconds only, you can say. Student, look here, this button is for attachment. If you want to attach with your mail any file, you will click on this attachment button. Then you will attach the file. That file will be attached along with your mail. Clear to all of you? These 9 steps are there, how to compose and send the mail. Now, our next heading is netiquette. So, student, first of all, what is netiquette of internet? Students, there are some netiquettes of internet. Means if you want to work on internet smoothly, there are some rules are there which we must follow. So the meaning of netiquette, the netiquette is derived from the 2 words. First is internet etiquette and the next is network etiquette. After joining these 2 words, we will get the netiquette. Netiquette means we have to follow some rules. When we are using the electronic mail, we are doing email, we are doing chatting, we are sending the message. We have to follow some rules. It is very important for us to treat others respectfully because we also want respect online. If we will use the bad words or insulting words or any wrong emojis for others, that will come back to us. So we must follow the netiquette of internet because we have to use all are using nowadays the electronic media, and for working on the electronic media, it should be smooth because it is a social networking. So there are some 10 netiquette guidelines for a safe online expression. So what is that? Come, let us see netiquette guideline for a safe online expression. Number 1, use computer courtesy. What is the meaning of courtesy? Means we should respect others. We should use respectful words when we are doing mail, chatting, or when we are speaking in a forum. So use respectful words and be in courtesy. So first rule is use computer courtesy. Rule number 2, be brief online. Be brief online means we have not to write long stories because the readers also don't have long time. It is a wastage of the time of the writer and the reader both, and their time is very valuable. We are using the internet, mail to save our time. So our message should be brief. To make the message brief, we can use acronyms and abbreviations so that our message should be short. There are some acronyms are there which we should, you can say, learn, or we can say use also, so that our message should be brief. And when the message is brief, the reader will always appreciate the message because it is to the point. So I'll show you some acronyms which we are using. Look here, these are some acronyms. See, if you have to write, by the way, you can write BTW. It's a very short form. Instead of writing such a big words, big you can say sentence, we can use few words only, few letters only. These are called acronyms. These all are the acronyms. You will revise once or twice, then put the habit of using these acronyms so that our message should be brief. So students, our message should be brief means be brief online. The next one is use emoticons. So what are emoticons? Emoticons are used to convey writer's emotions to reader. If someone is writing anything, we don't know their emotion until we are having the web camera. We can't understand what is the emotions of the writer. To understand the emotions of the writer, if we don't have camera or we don't use the microphone, then we can use the emoticons. So there are some emoticons, some I have shown. Some are in your book, but I have written many, so you can use it. These are emojis are there, but these second ones are, these are called emoticons. So these emoticons represent these words. The first one represent for confused. The second one is for angry. And the third one is for love. These are emojis. These are emoticons. And these are why they are representing, what for what they are representing. So we can use it, emoticons, to make our message beautiful. So all of you must do the practice of using these emoticons when you will do the email or you will chat or you will write any message. So next is don't shout. Don't shout means we are not shouting on the mail. We are not speaking. When we are writing the mail, we are not using the lips. So how we are shouting? Shouting means in mail, when we are using the capital letters, it means we are angry, we are shouting. We can use 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 capital letters. But if your whole text is in capital, it means that you are angry and you are shouting at the receiver. So don't shout. Don't use capital letters. Capital letters is considered shouting and very rude. Means you are very rude, you are shouting. So when you are writing the mail, students, don't use capital letters so many. 1, 2, 3 is sufficient. But whole text and so many capital letters are showing that you are very rude. So next is think before posting. Think before posting means when you are writing any mail, after writing immediately we should not post it. We must read our mail once or twice. If anything wrong we have written, sometimes we are very angry, and after few minutes you will read it, our message, we will see that these words are not good. So don't post immediately after writing. Read it one time or two times. And don't use fun photographs or silly posts on your mail, because it will create bad impression for the sender. So it is very important to note that whatever is posted online today may come back and haunt the writer tomorrow. So think before posting. That silly or the fun photograph postals on the social networking site can create bad impression for the sender. So don't send anything Think before sending. For fun, don't send any message, any emoji, any emoticons. Think it. These all things will come back on you also. So the next is pay attention to language issues. Language issue means when we are writing any message, any mail, our language should be clear and comprehensive so that the reader will get the message very clearly. That message would be clear to the reader. So always use clear and comprehensive language. If your message is clear, the receiver will understand. Otherwise, he will not understand. He will get confused and he will ask again you so many things for clarification. It is better when you are writing one time, the first time only use clear and comprehensive language so that the receiver will understand your message. So always pay attention to language issues. Your language should be clear and comprehensive. Clear to all of you? Now the next one, don't share your personal information. Students, when you are posting anything, you are posting private and the personal information in the wrong location can have serious consequences. Means wrong location, if anybody will get your location, your address, your name, where are you working, they will take misuse it. They will harm you. Disclosing too much information could give predator and those with the bad intention valuable information. Be careful while posting your personal information. Be careful. Take care when you are posting any personal thing about you. If you post your private information in a group setting, read the guidelines prior to posting. Always read the guidelines. Some guidelines are there. We must follow that guidelines. Children are suggested not to post private information online. So seniors can post, but it will create harm sometime. So don't post your personal or the private information online. Don't give your secrets to others. Anybody can harm you anytime. So clear to all of you? Don't share your personal information. The next 8th one is help internet newbies. Newbies means sometimes we also don't know. Now also we don't know many things. Everything is new for us because every day new things are coming. If you understand anything, so you share it. You teach other, you tell other, or you can help others. Those are new in this field. Be patient and helpful to others. Remember, everyone was a newbie once. Clear to all of you? You must help. If anybody don't know, you must help them. You must guide them. And we can say you can teach also. If any new information is there and anybody don't know, you must help them and guide them. These are means help internet newbies. The next one, point number 9, be aware of cyberbullying. Be aware of cyberbullying. Students, when a person uses the internet, cell phone or other devices to send or post the text or the message, images also, intended to hurt or embarrass another person, it is called cyberbullying. Cyberbullying means somebody will get your contact numbers, your personal information. They will send you wrong messages, some bad images, which will insulting you or cause embarrassment or will hurt you. So it is not good. Nowadays, the cyberbullying is increasing rapidly. If targeted by a cyberbully, do not respond. If you are targeted by any cyberbully, don't respond them. Don't give them any return, any reply. If you are angry also, then also. Keep all original correspondence with dates and times if possible. Keep everything in record. And main thing, talk to your parents about the issues. So instead of giving them reply or hiding from the parents, you must share everything with your parents if you are targeted by a cyberbullying. So they are making you target. Their aim is to hurt you. They cause you shame. They will send very bad images because they are getting your personal information. So that's why it is said that don't share your personal information on social media. Clear to all of you? So be aware of cyberbullying. The cyberbullying is rapidly increasing nowadays because everyone is using the cell phone or the internet or some other devices also. They are making, if they are getting the information, personal information of anybody, and they will make you target. So instead of becoming their target, if you are caught in this target, share with your parents. Don't hide it. The next one is obey copyright law. So students, what is copyright law? First of all, we will understand what is copyright. Original content published on the web is protected by copyright law. There is one law that is called copyright law. When anybody is publishing the original content, anyone's original content, it is their copyright only. Without taking their permission, we can't copy it or we can't steal it. If you will copy or you steal without the permission of the owner, it is not legal. You will get the punishment also for doing these things. So obey copyright law. Anyone those are publishing their first original content, it is their copyright. They can copy, they can send to anyone, but you can't copy, we can't copy, we can't steal the owner's content without taking the permission of the owner. So obey copyright law. Students, these all are about the top 10 netiquette guidelines for a safe online experience. So I think all of you understand it and all of you understand how to compose a mail and how to send a mail, and all of you follow these 10 netiquettes so that you will work on the social media, you will use the net, online, chatting, your life will be smooth. So the next is some exercise is there. Some exercise is multiple choice questions are there. Tick the correct option. First, internet is the fastest means of transport, communication, both of these. The correct answer is communication. Internet is the fastest means of communication. Number 2, which of the following information is essential to create an email ID? What things are essential? If you want to create the email ID, what you need? You need your name also and your address also. So what we will write, both the things are needed. A part is also, B part is also. So the correct answer is both of these because both are required. Number 3, which of the following is our web-based email program? Web-based email program. So, www.gmail.com, www.yahoo.com, or both of these. Students, these both are web-based email program. So the correct answer is both of these. Number 4, what should be clicked to read existing message? Existing message means message, you receive the message. So where is your message? How you will read? So first of all, compose. Compose is students for making or composing or writing the mail. Inbox. Inbox is a box where your all received mails are there. Or send. Send means you have to send the mail. No, you have to read the existing message. So where you will click? That is the inbox. All your mails are in inbox. So if you want to read your mail, you will click on inbox. You have to write these multiple choice questions in your copy. Students, with this chapter is over. I think all of you understand, and the exercise, question answer and everything you will get on your PDF. I think all of you understand. Thank you. Have a nice day.